passed away at the age of 40. Access Hollywood can confirm.
Even tWitch boss is dead. His wife Allison confirmed the news this morning. She said Steven lit up every room he stepped into. The couple shares 3 children. tWitch was just 40 years old.
DJ died by suicide. Law enforcement sources reportedly revealed to the publication that his wife frantically went to an LAPD station on Tuesday and said that he had left home without his vehicle and wasn't acting like himself. TMZ claims a short time later, officials got a call for a shooting at a hotel. Steven was allegedly found dead there from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Boss got his start in Hollywood as a contestant on So You Think You Can Dance back in 2008 and got the gig as DJ on Ellen DeGeneres' namesake show in 2014, up until the longtime series ended earlier this year. His death comes just days after he celebrated his 9th wedding anniversary with Allison. The two share 3 kids together, 3-year-old daughter Zaya, 6-year-old son Maddox, and 14-year-old daughter Wesley.
We are following some sad breaking news from Hollywood now. Producer Chris is in the control room with those details. Just heartbreaking, Chris.
It is, and this comes from our friends over at TMZ, and it hits close to home because he was a frequent guest right here on Fox 5 and Good Day DC. Steven tWitch Boss, the DJ from Ellen Show, well known for that and many other things, has apparently died by suicide. So authorities tell TMZ he took his own life yesterday. You see the headline there. Like I mentioned, tWitch was best known from his time as Ellen's DJ, but he was also a dancer who competed on the Fox hit So You Think You Can Dance. He was the host of the recent Real Dirty Dancing reality competition, also right here on Fox 5. He was also set to appear in the new Magic Mike sequel that's coming out later this year. His wife apparently reported him missing yesterday. Authorities later found his body in an LA hotel room. They had just celebrated their 9-year anniversary. He leaves behind his wife and 3 children. Steven tWitch Boss, guys, was just 40 years old. So sad news coming into TMZ this morning.
He and his wife would share videos on Instagram, on social media all the time. She's also a dancer, and they had, have a large following, beloved. They've shown their kids. Just, my goodness, just gut-wrenching.
tWitch came to the office a few times, and Emmy always had that trademark smile, like you always saw on the Ellen Show, and it was always just full of energy and excitement and everything else. And it shows, obviously, right? It's without saying, you never know what people are going through.
Exactly.
But people always say check with your loved ones and everything else, but you want to do that on a regular basis, not just when you feel like they're at a down point too.
Certainly thinking of his wife and kids this morning.
All who knew and loved him.
All right, we'll keep you posted, of course, as we learn more details about this. Chris, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we do have some tragic breaking news coming into our newsroom right now. We're in absolute shock here. DJ and dancer tWitch, whose real name is Steven Boss, has reportedly died by suicide. According to TMZ, his wife called police after he left home without his car. Short time later, police found him dead at a hotel from an apparent gunshot wound. tWitch was best known as the DJ for the Ellen DeGeneres show from 2014 until the show ended in 2022. Very popular, though, him and his wife. If you follow them on social media, always doing these dances. They have a huge following. He's been a guest here at Good Day LA a number of times. He's taught us, attempted to teach us some dance moves. We're just in shock and we're heartbroken. The nicest guy.
Yes.
And this
just so positive, right?
That's what's shocking, I think, because he came across as so positive, and he has, a wife, he has kids, he seems to have it all, and this just goes to show you and remind you that you never really know what people are going through.
He's someone who just brings so much joy and happiness to so many people.
Just his presence.
Even as the DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres show, always happy, extremely talented. And I remember very vividly meeting him in the green room and him giving me a hug, being so positive. His wife, just a lovely woman
Allison,
too.
yes.
Yeah, they're just, just such radiant people,
we're speechless because it was someone you felt like you even knew, even though you didn't really know. He had that aura about him. He made you feel like you were his friend.
Yes.
So at this time, obviously, we're continuing to follow the story. We'll keep a close eye on things, bring you more information, but a very popular guy, and our hearts go out to his wife, Allison, and their children and their family at this time.
And he was only 40 years old.
Yeah, only 40 years old.
Start with some very tragic breaking news this morning. Amanda's here with that. We're all just in complete shock still.
We are all wrapping our heads around this story, which is absolutely beyond devastating on so many levels. TMZ reporting this morning that Stephen Twitch Boss has died at 40 years old from what appears to be by suicide. LA police got a call of a shooting at an LA hotel, and they found Stephen there dead by an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. He leaves behind his wife of 9 years, Allison Holker, and 3 children. The two were well known for their dancing duets together on social media with millions of followers. One of the loveliest couples, we were all saying in the commercial break, in the industry. Almost 5 million followers on TikTok just for their upbeat relationship, their dancing, and it's really hard to wrap your head around. 3 kids, a wife, right before Christmas. We don't know if there's a note. We know that his wife Allison just issued a statement exclusively to People magazine saying they love him, they miss him, and that he will always be the backbone to their family, and ending it with that she will always save the last dance for him.
I keep thinking it's wrong,
Me too.
you know, and keep going back to look, because it's just very hard to digest.
Yeah.
We say this often when something like this happens and it's someone bigger than life and someone who seems to have it all.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how did we not see that? Or what was going on that led you to this point?
Right.
Answers that we don't have right now. But I'm just devastated for them, and also because we hear he's been a guest here on Good Day LA a number of times. We got to know him on a personal level.
Yeah.
You know, Bob, you were saying he did come across, and he seemed to be one of the most humble, kindest people.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the reasons why it's hitting us in a different way, is when you feel like you know somebody and
you feel like you know them.
He just emoted so much positive energy. He and his wife, right? And they were
for over a decade.
Yeah.
He was on So You Think You Can Dance. I interviewed him right when they got married.
Right.
They've always been consistently happy on the on the surface.
Bringing so much joy to people through their dancing.
So much joy.
So incredibly talented and funny. And if you even talk to, so humble is the other thing. If you talk to people who are in the studio who are not on air, you know, like they were so nice to everyone here.
And I know he helped
so
so many people through the pandemic too with their dance videos. Both of them pairing up and constantly posting their dance videos while on lockdown.
I used to watch them.
I watch them all the time.
Many
I know.
people would copy and emulate them, and just, you know, just soak in the joy that they exuded through social media and through all their dancing.
They just celebrated a 9-year wedding anniversary. I just saw it a couple days ago. I just went because, you know, oftentimes when things like this happen, you go to Instagram to see what was the last post and what did they say and what were they doing.
Were there any signs?
Right. And I'm just so confused.
We obviously are going to wait to see if there was a note, if there was an apparent reason for this. You know, his talent was just limitless. He not only was a dancer, he took the reins as executive producer when the Ellen show went through all those changes. He understood production. Him and his wife co-hosted the Disney World Fairy Tale weddings. They were that picture perfect couple, as it seemed, and they gave so many of us hope. She said in her statement to People that he was an inspiration, and he truly was. On so many levels. I'm still wrapping my head around all of this.
Only 40 years old.
40 years old.
And the kids.
The kids.
That's
Christmas.
what breaks my heart.
His wife just celebrating the anniversary this weekend.
Right. But
so
we'll just kids that you just.
They were the kind of people you really pulled for because they were so down to earth and humble and friendly, right? And just brought so much happiness to everyone.
Yeah. I mean, we just send our deepest condolences to Allison and the kids this morning, and we want to remind you, if you or someone that you know and love is going through a hard time and needs help, please call or text 988. Just 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's available 24 hours a day. You can call or text 988.
All right, Amanda, we'll have more coming up, obviously, throughout the morning on this, because this is a big, big story.